Hey, it's carlyrae Book Club on YouTube. Today we are in the month of July, and that means I'm going to be picking out a July book on my July TBR list that we are going to be talking about, and I'm going to be doing a virtual review. But before we get started, you guys need to hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. You guys can also hit the bell and be alerted of all of my new videos that I post on my channel. So, what book are we going to be talking about today that I will be doing a virtual book review on? Well, if you guys cannot tell from my outfit, I actually do match the cover. It is I'll Be the One by Lyla Lee. Here is a close-up of this book. OMG, true story, I was shopping in Books A Million this few weeks ago getting my July TBR in order, and I had no idea this book was out, and as soon as I saw it, I grabbed it. First of all, I absolutely love this cover. All of the colors that they used in it are amazing. It caught my eye right off the bat, and I just loved the girl on the cover, so that is why I picked it up. And it was actually the first book I read this month. That is the truth. I could not wait, and it took me probably about a day and a half to get through it because it's such a refreshing story. So, if you guys have your copy of this book, pause it, go grab it. If you guys don't, listen, and you guys will definitely want to go and get this book after we are done talking about it. And don't worry, I won't give away any spoilers in this video. So, what is this book about? This book is actually, it centers around Skye Shin, and she wants to be a K-pop superstar. And if you guys aren't familiar with K-pop, basically BTS, I am a huge fan of them, and that's how I learned of K-pop. They basically sing, dance, and they are super huge in Korea, and they're actually popular over here now. So that's all about K-pop, and Skye wants to be the next K-pop superstar. But the problem is Skye is basically plus size. She's heavy. And in the K-pop world, you want to be super skinny and you sing and dance. But the thing with Skye is she can sing and dance and she loves who she is. She doesn't care that she is heavy and she's here to be who she is no matter what. In her romance life, in the book, which is why Skye is a true protagonist, I love her. So the book starts off, Skye wants to be a K-pop star, and they are having, it basically reminded me of like American Idol, but it's like Korean, and it is called You're My Shining Star, and Skye goes there, she enters for singing and dancing, which isn't something a lot of girls are doing. They either want to do singing or dancing because it's super risky if you enter for both because you could get cut for both, but Skye sees the bright side. She's like, I want to get in for both because it doubles my chances. So, Skye goes in front of the judges. We have Bora, who reminds me of basically Simon Cowell. Then you have Park, and then you have Gary. Those are the other two judges. And then you have the host, which is Davey, that does remind me of Ryan Seacrest. So, Skye goes out there, she dances, they cut her routine short, and then she sings. And she wows the judges so much that she gets put on the show. Now, that's as much as I'm going to give away as far as that. I will say that Bora is a judge who does not like Skye because Skye is plus size, and so that automatically Bora does not want to see her on the stage, she doesn't want her around, she doesn't want her in the competition. But Skye is here to prove that she is going to be a K-pop superstar, and it is during auditions that Skye sees Henry Chu, and now Henry is basically a Kardashian of Korea. He's really cute, and he does singing and acting, and he's a model, so basically he does like everything, but his big thing is he's a model, and that's what they all know him for, and he has millions and millions of people on Instagram, and Skye is a fan of him, even though at first she's like, oh, that's just Henry, but she is a basic fan of him. So throughout the novel, it focuses on Skye becoming or wanting to be a K-pop star. She's trying out in all these auditions. Her mom does not believe in her, and so that's something Skye has to deal with throughout the novel. We get to see her relationship with her mom and her dad, who is super supportive of Skye. And yeah, so that is the center plot of this novel. Now, Skye, another thing is there is romance in this novel, but the good thing about the romance in this novel is Skye makes the decision of who her heart wants. She doesn't care who it is that is her love interest. She doesn't care if they're a girl or a guy. She just wants somebody that accepts her. So that was super, like, I loved that part of this book. I love how she accepts herself just as she is, and I think that is super important right now which is why this book is one I recommend checking out, because the plot, the novel, the story, it was gripping. You guys, it holds your attention when you read it, and the characters, I love Skye. She had such a great personality. She was bubbly, which was awesome. She wasn't afraid to stand up for herself, and in any way, like, she wasn't afraid to say, yeah, I can sing and dance, and I'm plus size, and yeah, I might like a girl, or yeah, I might like a guy, which was so awesome and empowering. And I definitely recommend you guys to add this to your TBR list if you haven't already. Put it at number 1. You will love this. Each character is like a certain personality, and the dialogue is great. That every single chapter I read, I just had to keep reading and reading and reading. You don't have to be a YA novel fan, I don't think, to get something out of this book, because it's all about accepting yourself and accepting who you are and what you want to do, and not shying away from that, which I thought was super great in this book. So here's a closer look at the cover again. There's the back of it. I loved the cover. I loved the overall message of this book, which is basically love who you are. So without giving away spoilers, that is the overall plot of this novel. And I just found the entire thing super inspiring, so I knew this had to be my very first virtual book review of July, because the whole entire concept of this novel was new, it was fresh, it wasn't like anything else out there. Like, I know there are a ton of novels that are like fantasy, kingdoms, everything like that. This one was not like that, so I almost didn't get it. I was like, I'm a huge fan of fantasy, maybe I should pick a fantasy novel to put in my pile this month, but no, I went for this one, and I was so glad I did. Definitely recommend checking this book out. Skye will change your life. So, what next in my virtual TBR? I put this up on my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and a ton of you guys were messaging me about this book. And so, yeah, we're going to have our regular Q&A in here, and I got 6 messages that we will be talking about today from all of you guys that I picked out. And I was so excited to be able to put this book on my platform, because I believe all of you guys need to read it. So, the first question that we have today is Robin from Facebook. Hey Robin, you said, is this book empowering? Yes. In short, this book is super empowering. It wants women, or everybody, just to accept who you are. We get to see a different side. Like Henry, he's struggling too. Like, yeah, he's a super popular model, but there is a side of him that we get to see that's vulnerable, so he needs to accept himself too. So overall, all the characters have an empowering message to give in this book, which is why, again, I recommend checking out this novel. So, yes, this book is empowering. Next up is Thomas from Facebook. Hey Thomas, you said, was it a fast read? Yes, you guys will pick this book up, and the plot is something so fresh that you won't want to put it down. So you're going to be like overindulged in this book. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't put it down. So it was a super fast read for me. I read it in about a day and a half, and I believe you guys will too. And you don't have to be a fast reader either, because it's such a refreshing story. Next up is Holly from Twitter. Hey Holly, I remember your tweet. You said, who was your favorite character? Definitely Skye is my favorite character, just because she is so empowering. She wants everybody, or she just embraces herself. And I wish when I was that age, like, I was that confident of being like, hey, no matter what, this is who I am. You know, she doesn't try to be anybody else in the book, which I loved. At first when I was reading it, I was like, maybe she'll try to change herself, but she doesn't, and she's okay with that, and it was awesome. Next up is Kate from Instagram. You said, was Skye a strong protagonist? Again, yes, Skye is definitely a strong protagonist. She's one that you guys won't forget, and she's inspiring for like many different reasons. No matter what you're going through, she has something to say, and you will connect with it, whether it's having a relationship with your mom where you don't necessarily get along, whether it's trying to achieve something that people are telling you, hey, you can't do it. Skye will definitely set the stage for you, and I think she'll inspire you. She is not a protagonist you will forget. Next up is Matthew from Twitter. You said, do you have to be familiar with K-pop to follow this story? No, you do not even have to be familiar with K-pop to follow this story, which I found so amazing, because I was not like a huge K-pop buff, or like huge K-pop, like I didn't know all the groups. But the good thing is like they're introduced in this story, but you don't have to like be obsessed, or you don't even have to be familiar with them to love this story. I'm telling you, it is amazing. Emily from Instagram. Hey Emily, you said, are there actual singing and dancing scenes? Yes, there is, but it's not done in like an overly complicated way. Like, you're not reading about or doing like pirouettes or like anything like that. Like, the singing and dancing, like, you can actually feel like you can hear Skye. It's amazing how the author wrote it. It is, I cannot recommend this book fast enough, and more like awesome, because it's just such a fantastic read to read during this time, especially. So this is I'll Be the One by Lyla Lee. I hope I'm saying her name right. I definitely recommend reading this novel. You guys will not want to put it down. So if you guys do not have your copy of this novel, I definitely recommend going and getting a copy. So here is a close-up of I'll Be the One, and there is the fly on there. Okay, yes, so that is my virtual book review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I'll Be the One. This book I definitely recommend adding to your TBR list. So that concludes today's virtual book review on Hey, It's carlyrae Book Club. Now, if you guys do not follow me on Instagram, you guys need to go to your Instagram right now and follow me, Hey, It's carlyrae. You guys can go on Facebook and follow my page, Hey, It's carlyrae. I also have a book club on there. You guys can go to Hey, It's carlyrae Book Club. I also have a Twitter, Hey, It's carlyrae 1. And then I also have a Tumblr, Hey, It's carlyrae, and I also have a Pinterest, Hey, It's carlyrae. So if you guys do not follow me on any platform, you guys need to go and follow me. You guys can follow along. I always do a bunch of different book reviews and everything like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's book review. You guys know I love a book when I actually have an outfit that matches it. I would love to hear from you guys. Please comment below and tell me if you guys have read this book. If you guys haven't, let me know if you are adding it to your TBR list, if this makes you want to go and grab your copy. If you guys do have this book and you have already read it, head over, comment right down below and tell me your thoughts on this book, but be sure not to give away any spoilers. I hope you guys enjoyed today's book review on I'll Be the One. I will see you next week on next week's book review. Have an awesome day, guys!